Hey, welcome, Noti community. Fantastic to have you here for our very first Noti community call. This is the first official call with the Noti community. So grateful for you. And we know you're joining from around the world, which makes this community so special. No borders, no boundaries, every address, right? Every budget. And we're here truly making history tonight. And it'll be just the first of many calls to come. We're gonna go, boy, the rooms are loading up. We're so grateful here. We're just gonna get a little timer counting down, and we will be starting in just a couple. Welcome. Numbers are climbing. Keep it up. Why don't you go text a couple of people, right? Go grab somebody from the living room. Say, get on this call. History in the making. And about a minute and a half left. I'm going to go grab 3, 5, 10 people. Let them know we got to check this out. The first ever Noti Community Club. Noti blockchain. Noti reward. How fun. Less than a minute. You need a quick bathroom break, do it. Grab some water, grab a drink. If you're driving, I suggest you pull over. Got some great visuals for you. Plus, this call will be recorded. We'll get it out to the Noti community directly after. Fantastic. It's about there. Numbers are still climbing. We're going. How fun is that? Welcome, everybody. I'm just going to throw this disclaimer up here. It's there to protect you. It's there to protect this opportunity, to protect the Noti blockchain. Just a little disclosure, if you want to take a screenshot, great. Just let you know we're serious about this. Let me just say hello. That's me. I'll be the voice behind the scenes tonight. My name is Craig Smith. I'm a community member here and contributor with the Noti blockchain. Tonight it's my privilege to introduce our first guest. And he is something else. We've got Mr. Craig Pickering, founding community member. Just a couple of bullets about Craig. He is a very seasoned businessman, very seasoned, and a thought leader in this space. Truly a visionary behind the Noti blockchain. So passionate about what's happening, not only in his little corner of the world, but globally. Please put your hands together, however you want to clap, snap, or do whatever you need to do. Welcome, Mr. Craig Pickering. Thanks so much for being here tonight.
Thanks, Craig. I wouldn't miss it. Wouldn't miss it. Over the years, I'm definitely more on the older end than the younger end. And over the years, I've spoke on so many occasions in so many different venues and circumstances. And I have to admit, I never get nervous, but I'm kind of nervous tonight. So I went and got a brown paper bag. And if I start hyperventilating and I breathe into this bag, you'll know why. This is really something. And sometimes you're so close to a situation that there's so many things that you miss and you don't fully appreciate. You know, the old adage, you can't see the forest for the trees. I mean, we've got our heads down on this project to the point there's so many things we don't fully recognize. And when you put your head up for a little bit and you talk amongst each other about the event of tonight and what transpired this last week and the week before in terms of our mainnet launch, you start to realize we're involved in something that is going to be really unique and very special. And I just, to that point, I wanted to say something. So today I was on the phone with a friend of mine that I was close to in the internet days when I launched my internet company with my partner in 1995 and took it public in 96, as most of you know. And there were so many times along that first year or so when I would stop and I'd sit at my desk and I would say to myself, is this internet thing really going to do what I think it's going to do? Because if it doesn't, oh my gosh, we've got so much time and money and effort invested in this, and we'd attached our star to this thing called the internet. And I just remember thinking, boy, I hope this thing really does what I think it's going to do. And I look back, it's funny because as I was talking to this guy on the phone, I reflected back on those days and just quickly paid attention to where we are today as it relates to the internet and what a ubiquitous component of our lives it has become. And I really didn't have anything to worry about back then in late 95 and 96, because it certainly all matured and came together in a way that I couldn't even comprehend at that time. I mean, people thought I was crazy because I said you'll be able to buy your Nike sneakers off this thing called the internet. Well, we all know that it's expanded far beyond the ability to buy a pair of shoes. So, but this is truly amazing. And what has solidified a lot of the work from the last year and a half was this last little over a week when we did our main net launch. And those of us that participated in that and have taken a role of a validator node will appreciate that this isn't, there's people out there that'll, and they said this to me years ago when we were starting and had our internet company. He says, now that thing's never going to amount to anything. This thing's a fraud. You guys are just selling snake oil. I mean, we heard it all. And you hear it all now as it relates to blockchain, tokenization, rewards. And I'll tell you what, when we spent, and just, this is not hyperbole, the others will confirm this, if you happen to know any of those validators, there's a minimum of 9 that play that role. But we were on the phone all together. One day we were on for about 4.5 hours. Another day we were on for probably 3.5 or 4 hours. We were on the phone together for a total of almost 10 hours, syncing the servers and deploying these nodes in the capacity of that they are, which allowed us to launch our mainnet. And so anybody that comes to me and said, is this thing real? I says, well, over the last week or so, I've spent 10 hours on the phone becoming a validator and making sure that the Noti blockchain is the real deal. And it certainly is. So even though it was tedious and it was laborious and boring a lot of the time, it was a very significant event. And so getting back to my story of talking to my friend today and wondering if the internet was ever going to become anything, and I've had those thoughts. I'll be honest with you. I've had those thoughts on occasion over the last year and a half, but you experienced what we did this last week with the launch of these validator nodes. And you know that you're involved in something that is not only technologically significant and in a lot of respects very sophisticated, but is something that's going to change. I think it's going to change the world. in a very significant way. And Craig was on those calls with me. I'd like to introduce you to Kat Bonar. Kat, Craig, thank you. Throw her screen up. Kat was on those calls with us. Kat played an ever increasing role in getting that done with our dev team and our tech team. She's vital to this. And so everybody, this is Kat, and she is a dynamo. And I'll admit, she knows a lot more about blockchain than I do, and I'll probably never ever know as much as Kat does. But
Don't know about
Kat,
Hey.
introduce yourself.
Hi,
Kat
everybody. Hi, Noti community. I'm so excited to be on this call with you guys tonight. And yes, let me tell you, I was going to ask you first, Craig, before I talk a little bit. You can ask me some questions, but I want to ask you a question. Why? Why did you do this? Like, why did you? I mean, you did all that in the 90s, right? And that was crazy because no one believed the internet would do anything. Why now? Why did you come into Web3 blockchain? Why, how? Like, I've got to know. And I think the Noti community needs to know, since you're the founding member of this blockchain.
Well, when I said I'm on the older end than I am the younger end, I'm 65, and I was at a point about a year and a half ago, and I was getting complacent, not in a good way. My mind wasn't as active as and engaged as I wanted it to be, but I thought, what am I going to do at my age? But physically, I'm good. Mentally, I'm good. Some of you that know me will argue that, but I still have a little gas in the tank mentally. And I started to hear some things. I'd have a discussion with a friend here or there. I listened to Larry Fink in his interview on CNBC, and a couple of other interviews he did when he said, and Larry Fink's significant, when you manage $12 trillion, you make up economies, you move economies, you create industries, you create niche markets. And when he said, everything that has a value moving forward into the future will be tokenized. It will have a token attached. Yeah. And that was kind of a culmination of a lot of thoughts and discussions that I'd had, and news articles I'd read, and news spots that I'd watched. And I said, there's got to be an opportunity here, and I'm going to figure out how to capitalize on it. And that was about a year and a half ago, approximately. And it got me off the sofa. And here I am 18 months later. And back then, did I know Kat Bonar? Did I know Craig Smith? Did not have a clue who they were. But this is, I tell you what, I'm giddy. I'm a giddy guy at the age of 65. I wake up every morning going, we are we're at the beginning of something that is, we're going to look back in a few years and go, we are so glad we made the decision to engage in this.
Yeah, and we're pioneers. And I mean,
absolutely.
And to be honest, like for me, getting into this almost 4.5 years ago, Craig, was when I ended up working with a law firm with a bunch of blockchain and crypto attorneys. I came from the FDA regulated space at a public medical device company, and I thought, wait a minute, what am I doing? And I was like, wait a minute, this is amazing. It's innovation, the beauty of decentralization, where everybody gets to be a part. Everybody on this community call, I'm looking at, we have 260 community members on this call. And what that just jazzes me, because the beauty of decentralization is everybody on this call has a part to play in this project and in this blockchain. And we're at the beginning, and we're all pioneers in this. And let me tell you, back in 4.5 years ago, Craig, it was definitely the wild, wild west. It was crazy when I got in it. And I remember one of my colleagues looked at me and said, if and when a regulator comes after us, I was like, whoa, if and when. And then, but there was a part of me like, wait a minute, we get to help be a part of making this happen. I remember you used the internet. I think of a car. When they made the car, there were no seat belts, there weren't regulations, till people started getting hurt. Oh, we better start putting seat belts and regulations. And what's happening here in the United States, regulations are happening. The Genius Act, the Clarity Act, what we're doing here with digital rewards, people being rewarded for using products that you need every single day.
Yep.
That's the beauty of decentralization. That's my passion. And that's why I'm so excited about being here. The products that are going to be on this blockchain that everybody's going to be needing to use every day. You run a node, you get to support the infrastructure, get rewarded for your contribution, but also the products that are coming out.
Well,
Just,
and Kat, that's why,
yeah.
look, those of you, a few of you know me, most of you don't. I'm a workaholic, but as a workaholic, I'm still, yeah, Kat, I think
Me
Kat
too.
Kat beats me. Her and Craig are far, yeah.
Yeah,
But,
Craig, you are too.
but that doesn't mean I'm not always looking for the path of least resistance or maybe an easier
Yeah.
path. You
Yeah.
always do. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
human nature. And if I would have known, I'm glad it's they say this about women before they have children. If they knew how much pain that 9 months of pregnancy and the labor was going to be, they might never have children. And it's a good thing they don't. If I would have
Right.
known how engaging and what a heavy lift this would be, I would have thought twice about doing it. And as to the regulation comment, Kat,
Right.
the regulation wasn't super, well, it was not friendly at all when we started a year and a half ago. And Kat will confirm that. It was not friendly at all. November 5th of last year changed the world for all of us.
And you said it, the world, because the world is watching the United States. They are.
And a lot of you will know that Dubai for the last several years was where everybody was flocking for crypto and blockchain. Boy, President Trump changed that in a nanosecond. And, Pat said something, we're pioneers. And there's the old adage, pioneers are the ones that take the arrows. And we've taken some arrows. We've done some things that, I look back on it and go, but you know what? Considering everything and this mistake we made or that mistake, and I wish we would have done this different. Overall, we're here. We've launched mainnet. We're standing, and we're only stronger. And so, as painful as it's been, I am so glad we're here. Now I'm going to reverse the question, Kat.
Oh, okay.
Why? I know the answer to this, but the community needs to hear why, because you've been involved in more than a couple of blockchain products. Right. Why are you on this community call with us tonight?
Well, I said it, it's the products that are coming onto this blockchain. And that is what I think everything should be on blockchain. First of all, I love disruptive tech. Like I love this type, like the puzzle of this type of technology. And I love helping it be visionary and safe. Like I love that puzzle. I love making that happen. And like you, I want easy products that are going to make my life easy. But why not be rewarded for using those products? Like that is just genius. Everything should be on blockchain. So I love this phrase that is popped up here, Craig, is Node power, community driven. And I also love a community. I love decentralization. I love that we get to do this together. And I always think about this phrase that people need to be known and needed. I think everybody wants to be known and needed. I think people join the PTA at schools because they want to be known and needed. People join HOAs in their neighborhoods because they want to be known and needed. And I think blockchain solves that. Web3 technology solves that, where we get to be a part of disruptive tech, great products, and we get to do it as a community and get rewarded. It's the products. It's the products on the Node blockchain that are going to change the world. That's the game changer. And that's what I'm excited about.
When I was talking about picking a path of least resistance, that was part of the reason that I initially had the idea and the thoughts, let's offer products that people have got to use anyway.
Yeah.
And just so you know, Kat, in her infinite genius, came up with that tagline, Node powered, community driven. She came up with that on one of our very lengthy calls that we had recently. And we looked at it this way, and this is kind of the way we view everything, is live your life, earn rewards.
Yep.
And so we're introducing products and services that allow you to continue to live your life. You don't need to do anything different in what you're doing. That it's hard to get people to change. Now, can we do that? Sure. but let's pick that path of least resistance and introduce products and services that they're using anyway, and go, well, geez, I'm going to do this. And if I can get rewarded at the same time, well, hey, I was born at night, but not last night.
Right, right.
Hey, let's do this.
And these rewards are utility driven, like utility, using it within the ecosystem. So everybody understands that these are utility tokens that you're earning, and having opportunity to use that within the ecosystem builds a long-term sustainable ecosystem right here with the Noti blockchain.
And take just a second.
Is exciting.
Just a second and explain when with the mainnet launch how everybody's rewards will be converting from pending status to distributed.
So keep an eye on your wallet, your Vaultix wallet. Craig Smith here in a minute is going to talk a little bit about the Vaultix wallet. Keep an eye on it, because now that the mainnet has been deployed, and I'm going to try to make this as simple as I can, blocks are being written on the blockchain. And through those blocks being written, your rewards over the next couple weeks or even the next week, you'll start seeing those rewards turn from pending to distributed. Can we tell you exactly when that's going to happen? No. But it's going to start happening because those blocks are being written on the blockchain. So keep an eye on your wallet. This is history in the making. You all are here. You all are part of this. We need you as a community to be a part of this. And that's what's going to happen. So keep an eye on your wallet. I'm watching mine. Craig, I'm sure you're watching yours. It's pretty exciting.
Nothing's ever guaranteed in life. And I will, I'll never say on a call or in any context that anything is guaranteed.
Nope.
But I am so confident that in the short term and the long term, all of you are going to look back and go, man, I never considered myself visionary, but I certainly was, because I got involved in this community and this project. You're in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing, all of you. And you need to make sure that you share that.
Yes.
Because you have to understand, the bigger the Noti community gets, the more powerful it becomes. The bigger that ecosystem, it improves your tokenomics, all of these things.
And more products can come onto the blockchain. So we need to get the word out about node owners, more node owners, because I'm seeing 270 infrastructure node operators right now on this call, community members. We got to get more. And I just want to say thank you, Craig. We need to thank all these node operators right now that are supporting this infrastructure for the mainnet launch. We can't do it without node operators. Can't do it.
No, I couldn't have done this on my own.
No.
There's so many people on this team. And just
takes all of us.
What has really surprised me is this is a technical based thing, this blockchain. And I'll tell you what, we have some incredibly smart guys that are behind the scenes making this happen. And they are so good at this. And it's complicated. It's sophisticated. It's technical. And I'm glad I don't have to get in the weeds on that. But Kat does, and she's a master at that. So anyway, this is really, really neat. So anyway, we've gone about 23 minutes. Craig, Kat, is there anything else you want to say?
No, I'm just excited. This is awesome to be a part of the history in the making on the first Noti community call. Can't wait for the next one. So exciting. It's great to be here.
Fantastic. So great to hear from you both. Again, community members, just like the people that are listening to this call. That's what I love, is truly this group of community members. Let me just jump you through just a couple of key reminders as we move forward. A big thank you again, Craig. Thank you to Kat. Check this out. Just a reminder. When you purchase your nodes, you host your nodes, and you open your wallet, use the same email. The same email.
Hey, Craig, we need to see you. Craig, we need to see you. Where are you at?
I'm just happy to be behind the scenes here.
No, we need to see your face. And all of you out there, if you want to save yourself brain damage as well as us, read those 3 sentences on the screen.
Yes.
That will make everybody's life easier.
Yep.
All right, fine. I'll jump on real quickly. But it's
Beautiful.
the same email when you purchase your nodes, the same email where you host your nodes, and the same email where you set up your Vaultix wallet. All of that has to match. Again, never been done before. So we've got a preferred partner in one-click hosting. When you're hosting your nodes, you've purchased your nodes, right? Whatever that looks like. You go to oneclickhosting.net. Very simple. You come in, you click Manage Plans, and then you click Update your nodes. $1.95 with our preferred partner on the majority of our nodes there. Very, very simple. A month and your nodes are hosted, right? You've got the gas in your generator that has helped to run this amazing Node community, right? I just love everybody's got their generator, they've got it gassed up, and it's powering this city. And more products are being integrated and built into the community. People are opening the doors, going in, purchasing, buying, using, and all the while getting rewarded. Where do you see those rewards? Your Vaultix wallet app.vaultixwallet.com. Very simple, app.vaultixwallet.com. Again, this presentation will be recorded. We'll get it out to the community. Once you log into your Vaultix wallet, there'll be two simple clicks right here on the left. You'll see your name up there, your email that you used. Again, the same email, right? For all three, where you purchased, where you host, and your Vaultix wallet, you can click right here. Click on wallet, then click Node. How cool is that? You see some other coins there, but how about Node, G-N-O-D? And when you click that, there you will see your node address, your Node address. Of course, it's masked right here. And then you see several tabs. Look at that across from send, receive, stake, and unstake. Now, I know many of you are very interested in this stake and unstake. By the way, that's going to be the topic of our very next Node community call. How do I stake, etc. and share. That'll be the topic of our next call. And by the way, that call is not going to be too far away. So stay tuned to your emails and invitations. Additionally, you can simply click on rewards and you can go check out your total rewards, your most recent rewards, and of course, your reward history. If you want to dive in to the Node world, you can go to node.info. And it's that simple. You can access the Constitution. You can access the white paper. Go dig in. We expect you and hope you to be very educated community members. If you need a little light reading, go dive in. It's very interesting stuff as we educate ourselves as pioneers here with the Node blockchain. Just want to say a big thank you as we wrap up here to Mr. Craig Pickering, the founding community member, Kat Bonar, also a founding community member and contributor. So grateful for her today. And for myself, Craig Smith, just thrilled to be with you. And as we like to say, let's Node, everyone.
Let's Node.
Have a fantastic evening.
See everybody.
Thanks, everyone. We'll get this.
Thanks everyone for being on. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you.
See you on the next one.
Bye-bye.